All right. Test, check, check, 1, 2, check, 1, 2, 3, 4. Check. All right. All righty. That doesn't sound bad. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Here we go. All righty. What is happening? What is happening, ladies and gentlemen? Let me tweet out that we are live or live, whatever you want to call it. See, we live. Come join us on this baby mama day. All right, all right, all right. So went ahead and got a couple of new topics here. And got a couple of old topics, as you can see. I keep doing that. I always hit the wrong button and then the podcast goes away. But what's happening, ladies and gentlemen? What is happening? Good to see everybody that's here. Shout out to let's see. Shout out to Fatal Sherrod. He's playing Beat Saber. Shout out to the AGS podcast. They still rolling over there. My God. 500 strong up over there. I could get, not even a fifth of that. I just need I don't know. It is what it is. So I get a little bit of that. So, but yeah, let me see if I can find the podcast because let me do it the old, let's do it the old-fashioned way here. There we go. So shout out to you all that are here. Hit that like button as you come in, folks. Well, competitive, yeah, you did, but it's on my other channel. I read the first chapter of Philip Corso's book, so check it out. I skipped over some parts. It's the first chapter. I'm gonna do chapter 2, probably looking like Wednesday morning. So looking like Wednesday morning. So that's it. That's all it is. Not the end of the world. So. Yeah, but check it out though. What channel was this? It's a secondary channel. I don't know if I can get to it from here. Let me try this real quick. Let me try this. Switch account. If you're not subbed to this channel, go ahead and let me actually, I guess I have to go into the channel and get the correct. There you go. Let's see here. Copy that. Let me switch the account back to this one. And let me come back to this podcast. And yeah, I believe that's the link right there. Just check that one out. Council of Small Ears. What's going on, Council of Small Ears? And let me pull up what I just had up. So I pulled a few things from things that have been I've been doing, my Q&As, and because I've been doing my Q&As, since I've been doing my Q&As, I missed out on some of the things people wanted me to talk about. And so I am going to talk a little bit about the Xbox Civil War and why people really left that brand, not no fanboy bullshit, stuff like that. I got some Stadia news, very, very bad news for all you people that think it's going to be some lag in it, but we'll talk about that. And what else I got down there? Fortnite news. Shout out to Sick Humor who broke the Fortnite news. Yeah, that's it. The voice of Xbox. That's it. So you should put the link in your description of all videos on this channel. On the other channel. Yeah, you're right. I forgot to do it. You are correct. I did forget to do that one. But yeah, that's a good point, Uncompetitive. My bad. So I'll try to add that here. Let me go ahead and just put that in the comment section now. I'm just going to put check out my second channel, folks. Conspiracies and manosphere topics. There we go. There we go. So that's in the description now in the comment section. So yeah, good point. I don't disagree with that. Shout out to you, Uncompetitive. Go ahead and hit that like button, people. If you like the channel and you want to support it, go ahead and Xbox is a conspiracy. Nah. I'm just going to change that channel to CCC, which is just going to be the conspiracy channel, Craig's conspiracy channel. So that's they fouled that dude. All right, yeah, Stadia. So, but yeah, we're gonna talk about that. Got a comment. Got a couple comments. Yeah, I'm gonna have to talk about something else that came up, you know, and because people asked me to speak on it. But I want to start with the Fortnite news here, and I left a link in the description here, I believe, about Fortnite news here. And so we'll go ahead, and I'm going to be Mr. Share my screen here. And let me close that ad. Right now, Best Buy's got a huge, they got a huge sale going on TVs for all you all who don't have one yet. So let's see here. So we'll go to the Fortnite one, and let me give a big shout out to Sick Humor on this one. He gave me a shout out on his podcast on why Sony was keeping this game. This game is pretty much, it's simply a it's in beta. Talk about the crossplay thing, but apparently, as you can see here, that I don't know what account merging is. It's account merging is going away. But apparently, account merging, here it is, was introduced for players. This is for Fortnite. This is one of the most popular, if not the most popular online game out there. It says account merging was introduced for players that had to create multiple accounts in order to play on different services, or different devices, as Sony were not allowing PS4 and Switch cross progression. Thus, this feature, that's misspelled. This feature was introduced to allow players to connect their accounts, so all Fortnite cosmetics and V-Bucks, I don't know what that is, would be transferred to your primary account. This feature was introduced in February by an Epic employee, I can't pronounce that, has replied to a Reddit post stating that this feature will soon be disabled or disabled soon. You can see the full comment below. So apparently, so it says, make sure you merge your accounts before this feature is disabled. Then they have a tutorial on how it works. So you can choose two accounts, first a primary and secondary, to merge and disable. Your secondary account's console login, blah, 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 will be instantly linked to your primary account. So my whole thing is, so I guess it's being disabled. It says one account must be played. Okay, must be eligible to play by September, blah, blah, blah. So I personally think we're seeing the end of this, because they're going to end crossplay, because they want you to, they want you to pay for multiple accounts, okay? That way you have to spend multiple money. And spending multiple money is that's what we're talking about here. So and if you have a merged account and you can carry all your content over and cross progress, then you just have to buy one thing. Now, people will say, well, you still bought their content, but yeah, they want you to buy that content twice or three times. You know, what's available on the PlayStation. That's why PlayStation has different content than Xbox, and vice versa. And I don't know what Nintendo has on it. So, and Epic has got to get some more money because of the what they're doing with the Epic Store, putting a bitch slap on. I did not see your question, El Matador. My bad. but not yet anyway. If you put it in there, I didn't see it. So, oh yeah, and he got fouled. Oh my. So, all right, I'm watching the Denver Portland game. So, because I don't have cable, so I can't watch the other game, Philly and what's it called? Who they playing? Toronto. So, oh, what up, Ice Queen? How you doing? So, but Fortnite, yeah, I think it's going to end the cross progression thing, and they're going to end crossplay because just people ain't doing it. Nintendo's having all kind of problems with crossplay, and they're running at, I guess, I think the guy at GameStop said they're running at 30 FPS, and everybody else is running whether they be on. I mean, to me, all right, to me, all free to play games should be crossplay. But I think what's going to happen is one of these free-to-play games is going to go to you're going to have to pay for it, and so I think you're going to have to pay for it. And so I think that's where Epic is headed. It's headed with Fortnite, and if they charge you an extra $3 a month, people will still play it. People aren't going to just leave it. But I think they're going to also charge for crossplay. If not, they'll just say, well, if you want crossplay, you're going to have to pay for it. I think that's something, and a friend of mine was talking about this last night. He was saying that if they just can charge for crossplay, they charge you extra money, and then they'll see how much, how many people are going to do it. So what's up, BitCloud? So what's up, Ice Queen? Said about E3. Oh yeah, I mean, I'm not going to get into what he told me because he is a district manager. So, but it's just going to be some disappointed people. That's all I can say. I mean, most people are going to be happy. I mean, what they're doing, I'm happy about it. But again, there's going to be some people that are disappointed, and I'm just going to leave it there. Not that they're mad, not that they're snot and tears running down their face, blowing fire. Just they're not going to be bashing the Xbox. They're just going to be disappointed. So again, and I'm just going to leave it there. I'm really trying to get out of the fanboy bullshit with it. So because it is what it is, and I'll get more into that when I do the Civil War thing. But so Fortnite, I believe, is going to start charging for. I think Epic's going to start charging for crossplay. Because that's just the best way to solve it all, and the people who want to play with Xbox gamers or vice versa, you're gonna pay for it, and Epic's gonna be like, yeah, we can take that extra $3 to $5 a month, and you guess what? People will eat it up. People will eat it up. One thing I'll tell you about the new generation of Xboxes is that GameStop is really trying to talk to Sony about doing crossplay with everything with Xbox, because that Xbox needs it. Xbox really needs games to be crossplay. Now, to me, you got Fort Pub, you got PUBG, you've got H1Z1, you've got all these games that are out that are not multi-plat. I mean, Bethesda didn't make Fallout 76 a multi-plat game. And that was done on purpose. They didn't want to do it. They didn't want to do it. So, because there's not a market there. That's what I'm saying. The market is not that big, and so Bethesda didn't do it. Bluehole that did PUBG? They didn't do it. And remember, they brought PlayStation PUBG a year after it was on Xbox. They could have said, yeah, we want to put it on there. We're going to enable crossplay. They didn't do it. So when these third-party developers aren't doing it, Battlefield 5, they're going to have a battle royale. They didn't do it either. That's EA. EA didn't do it. So Madden. You do not hear anything about the new Madden, which is in final production. For all you all who don't know, it's in final production. They just have to put the rookies' ratings in, and they're doing that now because EA is at all rookie camps. Okay, all the NFL camps are going on right now, or they may be out today. But NFL rookie camp started, I believe, Friday. At least for the Bengals, it started Friday. And I think for the Steelers, it started on Friday as well, maybe Saturday. But their EA is there. EA has press passes. They can look at those rookies and put their stats in. So, but at the end of the day, Fortnite canceling this is just the beginning. And I truly believe, and I'm going to email Epic to say, why don't you all start charging for crossplay? And then let people come out of their pocket. Guess what? What are they gonna say? Epic's being anti-consumer? No, they've let you have free shit. All right, they let you play for free for what, over a year and a half? Now they're gonna charge you. Ain't nothing anti-consumer about that. Now, will they lose some people? Yeah. But I think that's what these companies, and this is just my opinion, that not Bethesda should do it. All these companies should do it. We'll enable crossplay, but it's going to be an extra charge. Okay. So you need to open up an EA account. You know, Ubisoft can do an account like that. And as you log in, you know, when you want crossplay, you put in a separate login and a separate password, and we're charging you this extra a month so you can do it. And yeah, you know, you want to play with PC guys, you know, and I wouldn't charge the PC guys because they ain't gonna pay it. But to play with you console guys, I would not pay it. I ain't paying it. So yeah, I just mean it's you know, it's unfortunate that it's gonna probably come down to that. But make no mistake about it, Epic ain't playing around. They want to be the dominant go-to guys when it comes to this stuff. So looking forward to that. But shout out to Sick Humor because he mentioned me. What's up, Corey Massey? So are there what? Are there any named transgender MTF athletes in EA Sports? I have no idea. Like I said, I wouldn't even have thought about that. So Bungie, yeah. Well, see, Bungie, I don't think has any games on that are multi-plat. It's on both consoles. But yeah, that's the next step for Epic, and it's big for Fort Pub, I like to call it. So you know, so I like that. You know, I like calling it Fort Pub because you're just running around doing the same things. So crossplay is a made-up agenda. Yeah, I mean, you got nothing else to talk about, so let's try to talk about something that, you know, because again, they do not want to have to buy a PlayStation platform to play online with PlayStation people. They also see they think Sony should acquiesce to what they want. They're a bunch of losers, so who's going to acquiesce to what they want? Yeah, I want to play with my friends, and like I said, it's stupid. You know, you're stupid, and so are your goddamn friends. But moving on, hit that like button, people. I got one dislike. Give me another dislike. I need it. So Impatient Fire is just Mass Effect. No, but we're gonna move on to some people who are going to really be butthurt when they see these numbers on Stadia. And because I remember I told you that it was going to work, and you had people saying, well, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. So basically what's happened here is it says a look under the hood. This is from a PC review. So this ain't no fanboy site. This is PC reviews and our PC mag. I'm sorry. And I got the link in the description about the Stadia. So it says a look under the hood of Google Stadia game streaming service. So a big question surrounding Stadia is how will the service perform when you play a game? Here's how the team plans to keep your games going without interruption. Okay. So the first thing you keep hearing people say, whether it be Sick Humor, shout out to Sick Humor, whether it be anybody, people on Twitter, you're gonna be latency. You're gonna have latency problems. Yeah, well, latency, spatency. See, here's people playing it right now. Ain't got no latency problems. But all right, but here we go. So there's a big question surrounding Stadia is how the service will perform when you play a game instead of game running on a PC or a game console in your house. Stadia runs the game somewhere in Google's massive. Let me get the phone. Hello? I am doing a podcast. No problem. No problem. Can you call me back in like an hour? I didn't know if you were working or not. So, and I went in for a few hours. So, but call me back and because I'm doing this now. I'm live right now. Okay. Right when I was on a roll. All right, here we go. All right. So this is a big, all right, so I read that part. All right. So Stadia runs the game somewhere in Google's massive cloud infrastructure. What you see on the screen is nothing more than video and audio piped to your home. Now remember, this thing is 10.7 T-flops of power, okay? 10.7 T-flops. So, all right, this means that Stadia can, in theory, run a game on a phone, low-spec computer, or even a streaming device like the Chromecast. It also means that all of your input, moves, buttons, presses, clicks, etc., have to be sent from your home back to the cloud-based device running your game. That's a hell of a round trip and raises concerns that a huge delay, which is latency, could exist between pressing a button and seeing the result on the screen. So what about latency? Said Guru Samander, engineer. The guy's name is Guru. Do you really think they're going to put out something trash when your name is Guru? Like somebody looked at their kid and said, I'm going to call him Guru. So, all right. So engineer lead for Stadia. Well, let's talk about latency, he says. Part of Google's inherent strategy. Now, you have to listen to these numbers. Part of Google's inherent strategy seems to be relying on the latency inherent in all systems, including the human body. Sotomayor told the audience at I/O that a typical HDMI transfer takes 16 to 33 milliseconds, while monitors have a 4 to 16 millisecond delay. The human body, Sotomayor said, takes 13 milliseconds to process visual stimuli, and then another 70 to 180 for a signal from your brain to reach your finger. Now, the fact that they know this already went in to them building this device. See, you all didn't know that, did you? I bet you none of you knew how long it took for an impulse to get from your brain to where it needs to go in your body and then back. I mean, it's a round trip, okay? It's a round trip. So your hand hits something hot, you pull your hand back immediately. That takes about 13 milliseconds, okay? So you process it, and then your brain tells you, oh, you gotta get away from there. So because it's urgent, it's probably 180, coming back around. So, all right. So according to Sotomayor, it takes less time for a data packet to reach you than it does for the commands to reach your fingers. So can we please stop with the latency, because you don't process things fast enough for that. Your body doesn't work that fast. So get the fuck out of here with latency, okay? Just get out of here. It's gonna work. Be prepared. Just get ready for the end. Like I said, in time, you will know what it is to lose. So, and this is a loss, okay? So whether Google can actually deliver content faster than you can perceive it is yet to be seen, but it's in good position to do so. And look, if they already know this, they already know how to do it. So Google's cloud infrastructure is massive, okay? Massive. That means big, okay? I do know that. So with over 7,500 edge nodes around the world, I have no idea what an edge node is, okay? There's a good chance there's a Google Cloud node near you. Yeah, I know they're near me. So it says quantifying good. Okay, now how does Google quantify what good is for them? While gamers may fear that Stadia will deliver a crappy experience, the Stadia team set out to first understand what makes a good video game experience. So we did understand a lot about what makes a good game and what makes a good experience in general. But we wanted to dig into the science of it all. See, there's that word, the science of it all. This is why I already knew Google's not going to start something and then half-ass it. They're coming in. They're going to blow the doors off of the xCloud, and there will be the xCloud will just be a memory. Okay, so our goal was to deliver a better experience but to do so in a browser, even when the local machine we're comparing is to a $6,000 max PC. Now, my PC costs $12,001, so I don't know where they're getting that number from. So, all right. So to do that, Stadia team identified several factors from latency to video quality. The team then ran tens of thousands of hours of experiments where they changed those factors and then asked players about their experience. This might be lowering the frame rates, the bit rate, simulating network stress, or some other factor. So it's between all those factors, the Stadia team identified windows for each factor where the game experience was enjoyable for the players. The challenge is to deliver an experience where each factor stays within the window. Okay, so that's just the way it's going to be, folks. This is important because it means Google doesn't need to simply max out every possible factor to deliver a good experience. So yeah, some of the games, are going to run better than other games. It's not going to take away from you having fun. So it says the streamer. So it says there's no single optimization to make the perfect cloud gaming experience, said McCool. It always balances a series of trade-offs. So yeah, guys, this thing is going to work. Okay, this is going to work, and people just better get ready and brace themselves. So there's a lot of highly technical factors went into development of the streamer. For example, the team realized it had to counter video frames, not bits of data, in order to ensure smooth playback. Smooth. Right. It had to make decisions about encoding and decoding those frames and when to send entirely new frames or just the parts of frames that had changes from the previous and so on. That sounds pretty damn good. The team also had to consider how to maximize throughout without triggering buffering. So again, this is great news. So, I love it. They ran Assassin's Creed Odyssey through a Chrome browser. It says we were able to learn and eventually improve our streamer, making it capable of higher quality at lower bit rates, said Robin. These improvements could be made live without having to manage massive updates across players. Eventually, we improved the visual fidelity, while the game was live. So this game is going to be improving as you play. So meaning one day the players logged in and the experience was just better. It says, while the success or failure of Stadia is a long way off, one thing is clear: Google has made a major investment in this project. We'll have to wait until later this year when Stadia is expected to launch to find out that was a wise investment. Hell yeah, it's a wise investment. They're going to come, they're going to whoop ass and take names. Okay? It is hold my beer time, for the rest of these clowns that said that this wasn't going to work. It's going to work. Okay? It's going to work. Okay? You all might as well just bend over and get ready. I've invested a whole bunch in Johnson & Johnson, so you all go to the store, buy yourself some Astroglide and Vaseline, and just get ready. So all these people that said that it wasn't going to work, it's going to work. Anytime they have figured out chemically, fuck everything else, throw it out. They had figured out chemically how your body reacts, it's over. I mean, it's over. Just go away. Just go away. Stadia is here. It is 10.7 T-flops. It's the world's most powerful console, whatever you want to call it. It's over. Okay? It's done. I mean, can we just move on now? Let's just move it on. So, and it's going to work. So let's just move it on. Does anybody have any questions about Stadia and how they're going to just dominate people coming up? It's going to be dominant. It ain't going to matter. NVIDIA don't stand a chance. AMD is working with them to make this work. And you notice how everybody, when they want something, they don't go to NVIDIA. Do you know why? Because it's trash. It is trash, okay? You don't buy their stuff. You get people to give it to you, okay? If you want to buy something, you go. There's a reason why Microsoft went to AMD for the next Xbox. There's a reason why Sony went to AMD for the next PlayStation. There's a reason why Google went to AMD for their device. Come on, people. I mean, are we that stupid over here? I mean, did you get dropped on your head while you were a baby? Okay, so I mean, you're not that stupid. Nobody's this stupid. AMD is projected to take over in 22 months. Do you really want to keep talking about your RTXs and your 1080 Ti's and whatever is out there? You know, it's over. Okay, it's over. All three big companies, two big tech companies, went to AMD. So the writing's on the wall for NVIDIA. So let's just move along. Again, walkies. You just have to keep it moving, son. So, all right, let's move on to the next one here. So we did the Stadia news, we did Fort Pub news. Okay, let's talk about the Xbox Civil War and why folks really left Xbox. Okay, so the Xbox community has been broken in three places: two by Microsoft, one by Sony. So when Microsoft first launches, they have a bad launch. I think they had a good gaming launch. They had a racing game. They had the Rise Son of Rome game. They had Metal Gear came to that console. So they had all type of games on that console. Sony didn't have it. Sony had somebody go full retard and say 1080p makes you a better gamer, which is complete bullshit. It's complete horseshit. Now, what I don't understand is when Sony declared that PS3 is so good that you know people are going to go get a part-time job to go buy one. Everybody dismissed that as horse shit too. I mean, everybody did. I mean, I remember seeing that on USA Today. It had big old letters. It said $5.99 for their console. So you know, it says $5.99 for the console. And it was just USA Today. And nobody bought the PS3. I mean, not at launch. I mean, at least in my city, I knew one guy with a PS3. And but getting back to the Civil War here, so Sony starts blistering. You know, they come out of the gate. People keep saying, well, they didn't have no games, but that's not true. MLB The Show came out. See, MLB The Show 14. Let's see what date that actually came out on here. Let me make sure. I get my, MLB The Show 2014 release date. Just going to make sure I get it right. All right, so MLB The Show came out April 1st in 2014. Now, that's 6 months from launch. So 6 months after launch, let's do, was it Street Fighter 5? I think it was Street Fighter 5 PS4 launch date. All right, February 2016. So 3 months after PlayStation 5 or PlayStation 4, I'm sorry, it launched. 3 months, which I think it launched in November. So they come out with a game in February. Then did they come out with a Little Big Planet? So let's look at Big Planet 3, PS4. That released in, okay, so that got released in 2014. So, but all right, so within 90 days of launch, they put out Street Fighter 5. And I can't remember what else was out a lot. I think Killzone was out at launch time, and there was maybe 1 or 2 other games. So, but Sony goes with this horseshit narrative of 1080p makes you a better gamer. That statement, even though it's complete horseshit, it got internalized by the Xbox community. So when you heard podcasts like BGST and Crossfire and whatever, Beastfire, Crossfire, whatever fire, I mean, fuck, fire, whatever. Once all that was going on, they took that to heart. They said, oh, well, the only reason why the PlayStation is selling more is because multiplats are looking and running better on the PlayStation 4, which we all know is complete horseshit. Okay, we all know that's complete horseshit. That's not why PlayStation outsold Xbox, because Xbox tried to make a device and people didn't want it. I mean, we can go into why people don't want stuff, but people didn't want that damn thing. And so they internalize that. So they, so for 3 years roughly, all they keep hearing is that the multi-plat games are looking better on the PlayStation, and PlayStation's starting to come out with their major exclusive games. And they're just taking it in the shorts. I mean, it got to the point where Rise of the Tomb Raider, Phil Spencer went out and made Rise of the Tomb Raider a exclusive game for what, a year? Let's see. Let me just pull this up because people seem to forget about this. Let's see here. But which I don't care that they did this, okay? But I just want to make sure that people understand that Xbox did do this because they were trying. This thing happens during the greatest what was it, the greatest games in the history of Xbox or something like that. Sony still outsells them. And again, I liked Rise of the Tomb Raider. This isn't about Rise of the Tomb Raider. This is just about why in the world they went ahead and did it. And they did it because, it says the Xbox One has long, this is an old ass article. The Xbox One has long been lagging behind PS4 in sales. This article is from Game Rant and it's years old. So we knew then they were in trouble. So, but again, they did this. Okay. So, and again, they did this to try to stay competitive. So when that doesn't work, the game, PlayStation comes out with the Pro, Xbox comes out with the Xbox One S. The Xbox One S, I thought, was a legit good console because it did have a 4K player, and it did have a whoever was saying it, it did have a 4K player, and it did. It still played Xbox games. I mean, it is what it is. So, but I like the 4K player. I bought an Xbox One S. I remember I went to the store, I ordered it. I remember it came in, plugged it up. I was excited. So the Civil War really is starting at that point. They announced Xbox X coming out same day they announced Xbox One S, and everybody just says, well, nothing else matters before the X came out. The X is redefining everything. And remember, at their heart of hearts, they still have a 1080p, makes us a better gamer soul. What's up, Players United Gaming? And so they take that into 2017. I think it was when the Xbox X comes out. So Xbox X comes out, and they truly think it's going to make a difference. It comes out, it gets killed in the womb by the PlayStation. Okay, it loses NPD to PlayStation. I was wrong about that. Porter Rock, 100% right about that. He had that bet with D-Batch, and he said, look, he's just doing it to take D shit. I don't know if y'all remember that. That was chronicled very well by Morgana Days. And just that whole bet. But Xbox got smoked. Xbox sold well, but PlayStation had a historically good run in 17. And so so now we get to the crux of the Civil War. At 2000, last year happens, and you get games like Spider-Man, you get games like God of War. God of War was followed up 6 weeks later, I think, by Detroit Become Human, which is multi-plat. So on PC, it's on Steam, or it's on Epic. I'm sorry, shout out to Epic. So they don't have that. And then we start seeing screenshots of Detroit Become Human, and it just blows everybody away. And then the game comes out, and it actually looks like what we saw, and people just were shocked at the way that game was looking. And it was my game of the year. It was my favorite game last year. And then we get the whole Spider-Man controversy, where the Xbox Civil War started is with Spider-Man. So they thought, even though Sean Layton says Spider-Man was going to be a PlayStation exclusive. Walked off the stage. Here's a real exclusive. You know, they show Spider-Man. The people in the Xbox community, they were under the impression, and this is no doubt, I don't mind saying this now, they actually thought that because they thought, okay, they understand, they believe that 1080p makes you a better gamer. They took that to heart. That fucked them over. Okay, they're screwed over with the 1080p makes you a better gamer. Since they're screwed over with that, they think they think developers are just going to start putting games on X because it has 6 T-flops, you know, and it was going to run better on X. So when they found out, you know, even though Sony said Spider-Man was going to be exclusive, they didn't care what Sony said. They said, oh no, it's made by Insomniac. Insomniac is going to make the game for everybody, you know. And they did not understand. And this is why I had those long podcasts trying to explain, look, Sony owns the Spider-Man IP. They're not going to put that game on another console, blah, blah, blah. Then all that got started. But this is where the Civil War starts. It's when Spider-Man comes out. They were so bad and so hurt that Spider-Man didn't come to their platform, and people were taking screenshots of Spider-Man and, you know, taking shots at him next to Doctor Strange's place and taking shots at him next to the Wakanda embassy. They were just mad. And so they started to downplay it. Meanwhile, their podcasts, you're starting to see it in their chats. When is Xbox going to come out with some games? When are we going to get our games? We got 6 T-flops of power. So again, I mean, world's most powerful console. They come out with State of Decay 2, which was garbage. I mean, it was garbage. Okay, they came out with Sea of Thieves, and like I said, I had to sit up there and try to find a black pig in Sea of Thieves. And I just couldn't bring it in my heart to capture it, so I let it go. I emancipated that pig. And so it's just they come out with games like that, and they come out with Forza, which everybody knew, Forza Horizon. Again, that's the benchmark arcade driving game ever made. That's the best arcade driving game since Ridge Racer. I've said that for the last year and a half, maybe 2 years. But so their grumbling start then. But Spider-Man breaks their hearts, okay? Horizon Zero Dawn broke their back. But they were still talking cash shit. When it stopped and people started looking at stuff, and I mean looking at it critically with a critical eye, that's when it's when Spider-Man came out. You track everything back to Spider-Man coming out. And when Xbox did not get that game, they went nuts. I mean, the Xbox community goes crazy. So that game, now you got people actively saying, the hell with this. I'm going to leave this ecosystem. I'm going to start playing the PlayStation games because, again, they want to play them anyway. But they just don't want to have to buy a PlayStation to play it. So you got guys leave like Muscle Bound Gamer and all these Xbox guys. They start leaving, openly leaving, saying, I am done with it. Well, they start, then all the bullshit starts. Once these guys leave, okay, everybody leaves. And when everybody started leaving, you now got guys saying, well, you're just following, you're just, no, they're not following. They're literally, this is where the games are. Okay, you still have people in the Xbox community that believe multi-plat games are more important than exclusive games, and they're not. I'm like, look, you can play all the multi-plat games on PlayStation and still play PlayStation exclusive games. Well, they don't look as good as on the PlayStation. Well, okay, well, I can't really see the difference, and I'm not here to say, and I'll tell you if there's a difference or not, okay? And I'm not here to say there are a handful of games, and I'm not saying there's a handful of games where it does look better on the Xbox, and I've seen it. But overall, it doesn't, it's that juice ain't worth the squeeze. So now that they realize that now everything starts coming out, the Civil War starts. You have a group of people in the Xbox community, they hate the fact, they hate it, okay, that the games are going to PC. they hate it. Like an afro hates a jerry curl. They will tell you that's good for gamers, and that's bullshit. That is bullshit. While that is good for gamers, it's bad for Xbox because Microsoft is creating a scenario where you don't need an Xbox. Okay, you just go play on another platform. So they are essentially a third-party developer at this point. Okay, so and they can say, and people are like, well, it's still exclusive to the Microsoft thing, and Windows is Microsoft, blah blah blah. It's still another platform to play the games on, and like Sick Humor, when he ran Forza 4K 60 on his PC, you can't run Forza Horizon or whatever it's called, Forza Horizon at 4K 60 on Xbox. It's got to be 1080p 60, which again, I don't mind 1080p 60. But it ain't the same as 4K. I can play Gears of War on my PC at 1080p 60 or higher. I mean, it automatically benchmarks me to 1080p 60. I can go to, I can drop it to 900p and get to about 70 frames a second. I can unhook it from my monitor, plug it into my TV, and play at 4K 60. Because the only thing that changes is, it's not putting a ton of stress on my Ryzen CPU. So they've created, and so there's a lot of people who do not like that. Okay, let me make that clear. There's a lot of people in the Xbox community, they don't like that. And so there's people who don't care that games are going to PC. Those camps went to war with each other. So now, you got people saying, well, Zaire, they say it's going to pony, but he's still playing on his Xbox and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I mean, he didn't say he was done playing on Xbox. He just said he was not going to deny himself playing on PlayStation anymore. Same with Muscle Bound Gamer. People are like, well, what's up, Triple J? The people are saying, well, people are just doing things for clicks and stuff like that. Yes, they are. But they're at this point, if you're in the Xbox community and there's nothing to really talk about, okay, there's not a whole lot to talk about. Yes, a lot of people have left and started playing on the PlayStation, and it's going to stay like that next generation. So, what's up? All right, Ice Queen. Well, you have a good night, Sugar. Have a good night. So, yeah, I'll be going to bed in a few hours myself. So, it is what it is. So, yeah, they were denying PlayStation, Ruffin. So, but at the end of the day, what do you do with people like that except laugh at them? They weren't right about anything, and they're more afraid of Xbox going away than they are of anything else. So you look at the fear. That they're really running with, which is the way the PlayStation consumer plays their games. The way the PlayStation consumer plays their games, they don't like it. Okay, they don't like the fact that that a lot of PlayStation gamers ain't online playing their games. They're just not. I'm not here to say that they don't play online, but most of the games are offline. Horizon Zero Dawn doesn't have a online component. Neither does Spider-Man. Now it has DLC, but it doesn't have an online component. And those are two of the most successful Sony games. So is God of War. So is Lost Legacy. Lost Legacy, I don't know. It may have an online component. I'm not for sure. So, but my point to you is that it's scary that it got to this point where you had guys over there pointing fingers at each other and stuff like that. So that fear, you got ponies praying Sony bombs at E3. What? Sony's praying. Oh, you got ponies praying Sony bombs Xbox E3. Now that's fear. No, I mean, they don't have to bomb them. They're just going to undercut them. I mean, they do it all the time. Xbox is not going to show any games that are not available on either PC or PlayStation or Switch. So the games that are available on PlayStation, PlayStation will have video ready to go. So as soon as you see it on there, PlayStation will put up a video, like the official PlayStation site will put up a video, and they will say available on PlayStation. So that's all they're going to do. Just undercut them. You know, that's all. So I'm hungry too. So, so yeah, he finally picked up the whole Mass Effect trilogy for is that £7 on PS3. Going to take the plunge. Oh yeah, get the DLC too. Get all the DLC. I'll be getting the DLC for Mass Effect 3 on I'll be getting the DLC for Mass Effect 3 on hopefully Friday. That's the plan. It's like $24 for all the DLC. So it's Sony that's running with fear then. No, they're just going to undercut they're just going to undercut them. I mean, there's nothing to fear. They're going to advertise that the games are also coming to PlayStation as well. They're not going to just sit back and let Microsoft get that. So they have to let their fan base know something too. So it is what it is. So that's when you're the dominant console, you let people work for you. You just kind of go in and undercut them. So yeah, they're the console leaders. So again, Microsoft is going to show a bunch of games. That, Microsoft will show Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk's going to be on the PS4. Okay, Microsoft may show Control. Control's going to be on the PS4. I mean, so now there's again 30% of what Microsoft is going to show will not be on the PS4, but it will 100% be on PC. So there's nothing really to be afraid of. So, but yeah, so now you got this civil war, but people left because Xbox has nothing to play. That's why they left. I mean, and because there were some big name YouTubers, it stings a little more. But when you look at their comment section, it says, yeah, I love Xbox too. Yeah, I'm getting rid of my Xbox. Look, when I paid off Days Gone, I was at GameStop and these black dudes were in front of me trading in their Xbox X, getting a PlayStation Pro, and they bought like 2 PlayStation games while they were up there. So, I think The Last of Us Part 2 and those other ones are not. I don't think they're going to be announced. They're not going to be announced pre E3. Who knows? They might. I mean, who knows? I mean, they're gonna announce some more Final Fantasy VII stuff. I know that. So that's just reality. They're going to announce more of that. They said they would. So they're going to announce it next month. So probably during it. Don't be shocked if State of Play is happening during E3, like on a Wednesday or something like that. So, but yeah, there's absolutely no reason for there to have been a civil war. You got a bunch of people that are just going to be loyal to Xbox until the cows come home. But the way Xbox, the way they consume the media is different than the way Sony's fan base consumes the media. I mean, Sony's fan base does not care about crossplay. They just don't. They don't care about cross progression. So if you don't care about it, you're not going to emphasize it. Whereas if you're in the PlayStation community, that's what they do. That's what they do. They're going to be upset. Yeah. DRM didn't help Xbox. I mean, but again, they could have gotten away with DRM if they had just let's see, if they had just sold their console at $399. What hurt them the most was it being much more expensive. So Final Fantasy Remaster is I don't know. I don't know if Final Fantasy is an exclusive. I do know that a lot of the DLC and a lot of the skins will be exclusive. So I don't know about the game itself, though. Like I said, but I know you can't pre-order it, right? You can pre-order Final Fantasy VII on Amazon for PlayStation right now, like physically right now. You can't do that on Xbox. So they do not have an Xbox version of it on Amazon yet. Now that could change at E3. E3, they could put it up there on their screen, But even if they show Final Fantasy VII running on the Xbox, it's still coming to PlayStation. I mean, that's the truth. It's still coming to PlayStation. So, it's again, there's going to be nothing they show at E3 that won't be available on other platforms, whether it be the Switch, PC, or PlayStation. So there's no reason for Sony to be there. And Sony don't have a lot to show, and they've said it. So play it first on PlayStation. Well, I mean, yeah, they may have a time to. I mean, I know some of the again, some of the stuff within the game will be only on Sony. So this FYI, it will only be on Sony, so or PlayStation. So that's just reality. That is the reality, folks. But yeah, so that's exactly why the Xbox Civil War is going on. That's why people left. And there's going to be more people leaving. That's just reality. There's going to be more people leaving. So you know, and there's people can just can just get braced for that. They just go ahead and get ready for that. So Xbox is not giving fans what they want. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I'm buying Halo day one. I'm buying Halo day one, and I'm looking forward to the Halo TV show that's coming out. So I got no problem with Halo. I'm a Halo fan. So I even liked Halo Reach, which the Xbox community hates Halo Reach. I don't know why. But yeah, Halo and Gears are day one buys for me on that PC or Steam, whatever it's going to be on. So, yeah, I mean, I'm getting Infinite on. Is it? Yeah, hey, yeah, I'm getting Halo. It's going to be on Steam, I think. So if not, fair enough, you know, but I'll get it. MBG left. A lot of people have left. You got to look at the comment section of people that have left. You know, that's kind of what I'm looking at. What's up, Jay Barry? What's happening, Jay? Hopefully he brought some of those fans from AGS over here. What's happening? The loyal X-boners aren't enough to sell a console. Yeah, I agree. Take whatever Xbox has sold this generation and cut it by 1/3. And that's the same with Sony as well. Sony's not going to sell as many PS4s as PS5s. It's been cut 1/3. So that's just reality. That's the way the market is. So, and, you know, so we'll get into, let me talk a little bit about PS5 because there is somebody people ask me to comment on and things like that. And I'm really trying not to get messy here. But let's just say there's somebody who's a big Xbox guy who does 2 videos a day about rumors. Okay, let's because somebody asked me why this person keeps doing this. Okay, so here's why. He is just like the Marvel fanboys. And at this point, what do I mean by that? Marvel's fanboys online, they have Marvel dedicated channels and things like that. Right now, because Endgame is out, they have nothing to talk about. They won't have anything to talk about until Marvel does its Comic-Con later this year. They're going to announce Phase 4 of the movies, and some of the actors and actresses will be there. Okay? They're at Comic-Con. So, but what does this mean for this person? Well, they're going to run a clickbait channel because they got nothing to talk about. All right. And there won't be anything to talk about when Microsoft till E3. All right. Then they'll talk about E3. You know, that will give them something else to talk about. Thank God. You know, besides hope. You know, I feel like that girl on Rogue One, rebellions were built on hope, you know, so, but, so at the end of the day, he is going to keep just doing clickbaity titles. Now, I told you guys the PS5 news that I knew. I said that my source had told me that they saw games running at, you know, that they saw a game running. It looked like it was performing on the level of a Vega 560-64. Now, we all know that Vega may or may not be part of the PS5, but that's the performance you're expecting. So what can you expect out of the PS5? Okay, the first thing is any game that's checkerboarded 4K will once it hits the PS5, that game will be native 4K. Okay. Games that were struggling holding the frames per second, whether they were 60 or 30, something like that, those games will be locked at their frame rate, whether it's 30 or 60. Locked it. Okay, they're going to lock it in. The Sony's first party games are going to deploy some type of ray tracing. So Because Guerrilla Games used a form of ray tracing in Killzone at the beginning of this gen. Whichever game Guerrilla makes next, you can expect some type of ray tracing in it. Okay. Now, how good it is, how bad it is, we don't know. Gran Turismo was shown running at 8K at a conference. So you can expect Gran Turismo to be running at 8K, probably through a checkerboard or upscale. I don't think it's going to support native 8K hardware. I do expect if it gets a 8K source for it to go ahead and be able to upscale to 8K. That's totally different than native 8K. Okay. Games that have low to medium graphic settings will be in high to ultra graphic settings. They may have the same resolution, but the graphic settings will be better. Sean Layton said he wanted the AI to be better. So you can expect the AI to be better. So, and that's what to expect out of the PS5. And now if you want to get into the VR aspect of it, that's a different type of thing you're talking about. If you're into VR, yeah, you're going to have great VR support. You're going to have better FPSs. In theory, you're going to have a lighter helmet, which will help guys like me. If you got a bad back and stuff like that. So you're going to have more immersed games with VR. Okay, we saw that with the Iron Man thing. What's up, Jemiah? You don't know about what, Jemiah? You're going to have, but you're going to have less latency in your games, no pop-in. I mean, or very little to no pop-in. I'll put it like that. Better sound. You're going to have much better sound. They're talking about this new 3D sound that they're working with. And again, Sony makes movies, so you can expect the sound to be really, really good. They're supposed to supplant Dolby Atmos with 3D sound. And we'll have to wait and see. Shout out to J-Dub City, like he said. The Xbox does not have true Dolby Atmos sound. They have a Atmos pass-through. But if you look at the Xbox, I don't know if it says Dolby has the Dolby Atmos certification on there. If somebody's got an X, look at it. I mean, I'm not saying it. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. So, and it doesn't matter to me because 7.1 sound, whether it's SSDS or it's Atmos, is the same. It is the same. I think the lows on Atmos are a little bit better, but the mids and the highs are the same. I mean, they testing the exact same levels. So games running at, that's what I expect out of the PS5. Now, price, I expect it to be $500 or more. It could be $600, but I also expect Best Buy and GameStop and Walmart to run game trade-in programs, even Sony themselves to run some kind of game trade-in program where they're going to give you, I don't know, anywhere from $80 to $100 for your base PS4 and probably $110 to $130 for your Pro going on to the new PS5. So, I mean, if it's $599 at launch, you're looking at a trade-in, you're going to get it under, $560. At least in my state, I think $560, something like that. And you're going to be able to carry over all your games and stuff like that. So, I mean, that's what I expect. Now, why the clickbait? Well, the guy literally said that he's putting out what he wants the console to be. So what the consoles to be. So it's just going to be, look, when you're starting videos with take it with a grain of salt, then that means you can't take anything seriously. But there are people who are just thirsty for information. Look, there are people in this person's comment section that's finally calling them clickbait such and such, and they're calling BS on it because, again, there's nothing really to report except for what Mark Cerny said. And of course, they were going to come out and say, well, the new Xbox is definitely going to be more powerful. I mean, based on what? What person at Xbox told you that? Okay, what developer, not developer, what executive at Xbox came out and said, yes, we're going to be a lot more, because if Sony's platform is 11.7 T-flops, even if Anaconda is 14, it's not going to make a hill of beans difference, because you'll be at 60, you'll be at high graphical settings, and that's the end of it. Okay, that will be the end of it. I'm serious. I mean, you may get better FPS. Something may be, 80 frames a second on the PlayStation, 73 frames per second on the Xbox Anaconda, or vice versa. So, you hope PS1 is back I don't know about PS3 and backwards compatibility. They put a patent in for. So again, if it's truly backwards compatible, then you'll be able to play all games on the PlayStation. Xbox doesn't have backwards compatibility. King Thrash is right. Xbox has an emulator. Xbox has an emulator. If not, you could just go buy any Xbox game, plug it in your X, and then it would play. It doesn't work like that though. So, and but what is happening is, because there's no information, and again, the guy's channel is 10 times bigger than mine. But there's no information, so there's nothing to report but a bunch of clickbait and rumors. So something that's on Reddit, which you don't have to provide any type of source, they're going to report it. They're going to say, "Oh, this is from a Reddit leak from Joe Blow, the Musketeer, who leaked this." And it's because this person said, at least this morning on their podcast, they said they're covering it because they want the consoles. Here's what they want the consoles to do, which I say is bullshit. But guess what? I don't sub to the channel anymore. I mean, I'm like, you know what? I'm sick and tired of this goddamn clickbait. I'm done. When something tangible comes out, I'll resub. Okay. And so it's just, what's going on, Fatal Sherrod? How you doing? So how are you expecting it to have hardware backwards when it isn't containing previous gen? I'm just saying. I mean, it's, I don't know if it's true backwards compatibility, then it's going to be able to play all the PlayStation games. That's true backwards compatibility. If it's going to have an emulator, well, that's different. Nah, Lincoln, this isn't Mass Effect. I'm going to play Mass Effect, though, after the podcast. So y'all better get ready for that. Yeah, just get ready. I'm going to be, playing that. So, emulate. No, there's a difference between something's being emulated and something that's truly backwards compatible. So again, that's just reality. That's not me being a fanboy. The reality is that backwards compatibility is backwards compatibility, and emulation is emulation, two different things. So the PS3, oh, okay, well, I mean, again, I'm not going to believe it until Mark Cerny or whoever comes out on stage and says, yeah, we got backwards compatibility with PS3 at 100%. So we'll have to wait and see. If they do that, then yeah, my God, I will go nuts. I'll be like, hey, what do I got to do? So, but yeah, I expect it to run PS4 games and use PS Now. Yeah, that's fine too. I mean, fine. I mean, that's what I expect as well, but we have to wait and see. My point is that I'm not going to do a podcast and and say, well, Joe Blow in Minnesota or Minnesota Facts said on Reddit that here's another leak. I mean, it's like I saw somebody that put out that the Xbox, and another thing too, and this is also very important, I say this, they need the Xbox to be different than the PlayStation in some way. It's got to do something different. It's got to do something better. If it's going to be the same, which is going to be, if it's going to render games the same, do things equally, then there's absolutely no reason for people to walk in there. And what are they going to podcast about? You're not gonna be able to say, yeah, on this game it runs, 4K 60 on the Xbox X, and on the PlayStation 5 it's checkerboard 4K at 60 frames a second. Even though that may happen, you're not gonna. The checkerboarding is getting to a point where it's so good that you're not gonna be able to tell a difference. But I digress. They need something to be different because. And the reason why they needed to be different, just walk with me on this one. They needed to be different because because the games at the end of the day are going to go to PC, and they don't want the games going to PC. So if the PlayStation is playing the multi-plat games the same, which is going to happen, then what's the point of having an Xbox when you can just get the same damn game on PC? Okay, that's the problem that they're running. So they got to get something's got to be different. On Xbox has got to do something to set itself apart, and PlayStation's focusing on performance. Okay, they've already said it, so I expect the performances to be very good. I expect them to be very good. You want to play Ridge Racer 5 on PlayStation 5? Yeah, there you go. So, what's up, Mega Davo? So you're saying this guys are out of reasons to get one, okay? You're doing podcasts. Do you need an Xbox X next generation? The answer is no. I can just tell you that right now. The answer is no. If you want one, buy one. So but at the end of the day, there's just nothing to talk about at this point. Guys, the almighty Spartan God knows who I'm talking about. And people been over there smacking those people in their comments, in that comment section around. And it's just to a point where, look, again, you do rumors and clickbait. You set your YouTube channel up for AdSense money, and bam, if you got 5,000, 10,000, 15,000 subs, then you're going to get a lot of AdSense money. I made AdSense money, and my channel is dog shit. I got a little bitty in the corner. I'm Pluto. I'm Pluto out there. Pluto ain't even a planet, but it's just a rock in space. My podcast is like that. These guys are giants, and when you get to a point where guys want to hear nothing but positive information about Xbox or PlayStation. Or Nintendo, you don't have a podcast. You have an echo chamber, and I'd be good goddamn if I do an echo chamber. So, so it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. So, so yeah, of course they're going to say things like PSN's unsafe, even though Xbox Live has gone down more than an elven whore. It's just, it is what it is. Everybody knows, so it's just, then both of them go down. They both have issues with their networks. They update the networks. The network may be attacked, and then it go down in one part of the world to be fine in the other parts, so, but at the end of the day, there's just not a whole lot there. There's not a lot of there. If you have a PlayStation 5 or a PlayStation 4 and you have a Pro, how can they improve Days Gone? Well, it's 1800p and then the checkerboard's to 4K. So Days Gone more than likely will be 4K native on the PlayStation 5. They'll just say, yeah, we'll scale it up. I don't know if they're going to do the same thing for the FPS, but I do know graphically that's what it's going to do. Almighty Spartan God, who blocked you? So, you're talking about, yeah, well, those guys are. See, and again, it's really good to kind of see the chickens come home to roost. So I'm loving it. Yeah, PlayStation Classic was garbage. That was straight garbage. So, it is what it is. And so I don't know what they're going to do with that. Weren't they giving it away for free at one point? Like, goddamn, free. I can afford that. So, moving on to my other news. What did you all think about my jet plane simulator on OBS today? So what did you all think about that? Now, that was a real game right there. It took me, 20 minutes to start that jet up. And the way I had to start it was the way you started F-16. Like that was crazy how detailed that shit was. So yeah, it's you know, but yeah, free. It's garbage. I mean, good God, that thing was trash. So again, you know, you got leaks on what else? Xbox Lockhart. What are those, you know, leak specs? It's just like, goddamn, why can't they come out and just tell us? And then people comment on them, you know. And the Lockhart looks viable. I mean, if they're gonna have a much better CPU, did I get airborne? No, you know what? I think I'm gonna have to get that HOTAS. Let me show you the joystick I have. Let me show you the joystick I do have. Let's see here. Let me yeah. So here's the one I have. And I got it started, but when I tried to take off, it wouldn't let me take off. It was like my the joystick wasn't plugged in. Now here's the joystick I have. Okay, that's the one I got, and here's the one I'm gonna have to get. I think is I'm gonna have to get let's see here. This is the one I put. See, I put this one over here. So it's in stock, but I'm gonna go ahead and get this one with my Prime thing. I get like $10 off. So now, if anybody wants to donate to the PayPal and hook a brother up, I will go get this. I'll order it when you all say so. But this is what I'm gonna have to get this because there's something going on. I can't get my joystick to work with it. So again, I could have a dog shit. I could have a dog shit joystick. So, but yeah, it does not work. It does not working with that game for some reason. So I don't know why. So you should play TFX from Digital Image. Is it a free download? Create a HOTAS would be better than the joystick. You have it. Yeah, again, I agree. I'm getting it. I'm getting it. Oh, yeah, I agree with you. Okay, top dog, then what should I get if the HOTAS? I mean, here's another one that actually rated higher. Let me show you this one that I also looked at. It was on Amazon as well. Let's see, it's I think it was Logitech. Logitech flight stick. I think this is what. Yeah. Now there's actually somebody, and let me put this up on the screen. I went to go buy this joystick last week, but they didn't have it. They didn't have it at I think it was Office Depot. They quit carrying it. So I may get this one. This actually rates higher than the HOTAS. Like this is like number 7 or number 6, and the HOTAS was number 8. But this doesn't have a throttle on it. See, the HOTAS has a throttle, and I can't find a throttle separate, you know, without paying an arm and a leg. Plus, there's some that are new and used for only like $23. So, and this is used very good, and used very good is actually not bad. Okay, and that's, you know, but they want $5.99 for shipping, so this is almost $30. So I might as well pay the $11 and get it for free. You know what I'm saying? And get the thruster. That's the way I'm thinking on it. But that's just me. So that's the way I'm thinking on it. So, but what do you all think? Should I go with that extreme joystick or should I get the HOTAS? So because the HOTAS is the HOTAS actually has a thruster on it. So you know, so let's see here. You won't snap your fingers like Thanos. Oh, okay, they got this finger snap. Okay, so I survived your snap. Okay. So you're saying the HOTAS X. So Impatient Fire says go with the HOTAS X. What else here? Does anybody think I should get the Logitech one? So Impatient Fire says for the stick and the best value money joystick. Okay. So use blue, what's that? Bling Sync for PS1. Very easy to use. Don't know what that is. Better save money for the Ryzen. I'm not getting that. You all know which Ryzen I want. So that's the one I'm angling to get. Star Citizen. Yeah, I could probably play Star Citizen with the Thrustmaster I have. Like I can play all the other games, but yeah, I very well I may be getting are you getting Borderlands? No, I'm gonna get Rage 2. However, the PS4 has its own hold as flight stick for Elite Dangerous. Yeah, I mean again, that the PS that's what I'm buying. That's what I'm gonna get, but it works with PC as well. But yeah, you're right about that. So, but what was your question? Any more Luwafa news? Well, no, I mean, there's not a whole lot going on right now. So, not a whole lot. So, check TFX for viruses. Oh, okay. Old game runs on DOS. Oh, boy, that is an old game. Does TFX stand for something? No, I did not install it. I was busy doing other stuff. I mean, I'm slowing down finally. I will finally slow down on Thursday. So so shout out to Trey54W for the game share too on Steam. So is this in game in 8K? No, it's not. So wouldn't mind watching it in 8K though. All right, so HOTAS 4 works with both PS4 and PC. HOTAS X on the way. What is HOTAS X? Okay, let me look that up. Oh, here it is. HOTAS Thrustmaster X. Let's see here. Amazon. Well, but this is 54. I think that's what I put in. Yeah, this is what I'm going to get. This 4126. So yeah, or 4129. So but the Extreme 3D Pro is actually rated higher. I'm just letting. I mean, I'm not dogging anything out. It's just rated higher. But this is the one I looked at. Yeah, yeah, very well made, baby. That's what I plan on getting. Friday. I'm off Friday. I plan on when I run around and play some stuff. When I run around and pay the man, I may have enough money to do it. So to wait and see. Let's see here. Top Dog, Amy. Oh yeah, no. 129, bro. I can't do it. Hey, not gonna be able to do. You know, in the words of a Double X Posse, nah, baby, I ain't gonna be able to do. Here's what he showed me. He showed me this one, I think. Show me this one. Beautiful looking joystick, looks very sturdy. I do like the thruster. Can't afford it though. Can't do 129. Thank you though. I appreciate you all are looking out. I do appreciate it. So what do you all know? Let me ask the PC guys. What do you know about Track? Is it Track IR? Has anybody heard of Track IR? A lot of people are saying I need to look into Track IR. So let's see here. Yeah, this is for head game tracking. It's called Track IR. Does anybody know anything about this? That's all I'm asking. If somebody can send me something, because I can't really find a whole lot on it. But these guys that play these flight sims, like the one I was booting up today to take off in, they are serious. I mean, they're like, nah, you need to get Track IR and get a HOTAS. I'm like, all right, well, I can get a HOTAS, but I can afford HOTAS. I can't afford Track IR. That just sounds expensive. So I'm glad I got the camera I got. So which is in a beautiful 1080p. So you play a lot of flight sims, but mostly in VR. Yeah, well, I think the BMS, try that one out. Mega Davo, you're from Kentucky too. Cool. Jemiah Dixon's getting that 2080 Ti. I'm jealous. Anything called 2080 Ti, I'm automatically jealous of it. So oh God, phone's ringing. But oh God, hold on. Oh, well, I'm still podcasting, literally. Well, I'm sorry. I'm literally sitting here podcasting. Yes, I am. Oh my gosh. All right. Yeah, that's my business line. So IR means infrared. Well, that's fine. Yeah. I didn't read the last comment because I was on the phone. That's not a rotary phone. It's a. I've got a regular phone. Yeah. So yeah, I'm free. I do not have my cell phone right now. I'm waiting on a good cell phone deal. But well, maybe I do have a rotary phone. It still works. But anyway, yeah. So I plan on getting that joystick, the HOTUS, on Friday, so everybody can calm down. So no, she didn't cuss me out that time. Yeah, you don't talk. Yeah, my customers don't cuss at me. Somebody wanted a ride, and I'm podcasting. I'm not going to leave my podcast to go give them a ride. So, but I want you all to see some of this shit that is available on Amazon. Let me see here. So the HOTUS you're saying is the best one, and I can map my keys to it. So to the game that I want to play. So yeah, I'm just having issues with my Thrustmaster joystick because I don't know what's wrong with it. So yeah, but it's pissing me off. I can't fly. So at least not with that BMS again. So so it hovered above ground. The three ships, the Gladiator, Saber. You what now? Oh, are you playing? Are you playing Star Citizen? Yep, I do. I'm waiting on that PayPal. If somebody donate that PayPal, I will go. I will get some different stuff though. So you had a joystick on your time. I did too. I did too. That thing was straight garbage. So that thing was straight garbage. So to have a saber zone for a Super Hornet. Okay, well, what game are you playing? Well, yeah, but again, when I go to set up the stick, when I go to the 3-point axis screen on competitive, the stick worked fine. The stick worked fine. I even tested the flaps today. I'm like, okay, that's working fine. Then I hit the thrusters, and I went to go put some feedback on the stick, and the stick didn't move my plane. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, but I didn't know that somebody wanted a ride. I mean, good grief, it's raining outside. So, are you playing Star Citizen? Yeah, I need to get Star Citizen. So, how much? I mean, can I just start for free, or do I have to like pay some cash? So, because I got to pay some cash, I'm just going to upgrade my PC. So, you know, so yeah, it's a dinosaur, but it works fine for the regular Falcon game. It just doesn't work with the Falcon BMS game. So it is what it is. 45 for a starter. I'd say I'm getting that. I'm getting that $45 is that's my HOTUS. So that's my HOTUS. So okay, what is your last comment here before I bounce like a chicken? I'm gonna actually play some games here. I haven't really played all day. I've been stuck in that cockpit. Your last post says read my last post. So Microsoft buying Crytek, I don't know. It ain't gonna matter. So you know, most of Crytek's people went over to work for Star Citizen. So You know, just it is what it is. So yeah, there was a free week, but it is over. It is over. You're right about that. And I did not download it because I knew I was going to be getting the Falcon game. So which I got it working. You know, that Falcon game does not look anything like the Falcon game I'm playing with my joystick works on. So yeah, I missed it. Yeah, I do agree. I missed it, but I was busy. I think I would have only been able to play it for like, well, and my joystick didn't come in until Thursday, and I didn't open it until like Thursday night when I got off work. So yeah, the best Crytek devs are at CIG. Now some of them may come back, you know, if Microsoft buys them. So because you know they're gonna go where the money is. So, but yeah, it's not. No, it's not a complete game. It's a stunning game. Somebody's playing it right now. Somebody was playing it. You know, I think a guy that calls himself. He may be off now. Looks like he's off now. So yeah, he's off. So yeah, I mean the game looks cool, but the guy's got 2 gaming rigs. I think he's playing it in I think he's playing it at 1080p 60, and he played it one time at 1440p, but he kept losing FPS. So yeah, the alpha is where it's been in alpha for years. I mean for years. So when it gets to beta, I'll look to get it. So so yeah, but yeah, but if anybody has an idea on you know, hold on, Star Citizen is something like 45 to get the basis ship and 12. Yeah, that's horse shit right there. I am not buying that. You know, yeah, they're gonna have that. I mean, if on the next free playthrough or play week, I'll download it. So, but right now I got to get a better joystick. You all can't say get a better joystick and then you need to download Star Citizen. Those two things aren't mutually compatible for me. So 4K upscale was playing it in 4K wide angle. Yeah, and I'm looking at getting let me show you the monitor I'm thinking about getting too. Let's see here. Let me let's see here. We put this on the screen here, then we'll get on up out of here. I'm clicking the wrong button like an idiot. I'm thinking about getting this. So, you know, I'm really thinking about getting this. So this is a curved FreeSync monitor, 11444 hertz. It's got a guy riding a motorcycle that's on fire. I don't know what the hell that's about. But I'm really thinking it's an ultra wide monitor. I'm really thinking, and the PS5. Okay, yeah, Lou Waffa did tell me the PS5 will support ultra monitors. So we'll have to wait and see if that's true. But because he hasn't verified that yet. So, but he did say that they're going to have ultra wide monitor support on it. So, and here's one too that I like. Now let me ask you all, which one do you all like more? Let me show you this one here. Damn it. And here we go. All right. So I'm thinking about buying this one too. But it's 400 and it's 449. That's but it's 34 inches of love. But I do think Sony's going to support 21:9 next generation. And so we'll have to wait and see. But it's this is pretty nice, man. I gotta admit that. So when I really, you know, when I'm really taking off and I'm serious about my PC gaming, I'm really thinking about getting this shit. So, but I need to hold this first. Let me show you what I gotta crawl. I'm getting that first. So I got it for $41.29, but I'm not gonna order it until Friday. And I'm assuming let's see here, it will be here by it'll be here by Wednesday, I hope. I hope they give me a 4-day turnaround on it. So I have to wait and see, though. Gonna have to wait and see. I'm also gonna get my Godzilla tickets. How many of y'all ready to go see Godzilla? So that's what I'm waiting to see. Learn how to. Can I get a good joystick first? I mean, that's my whole point. I'll get Star Citizen, but I got to get the game I got loaded working. So, yeah, Mr. 4K Upscaler. The reason he calibrated Horizon Zero Dawn and Mass Effect Andromeda on a Samsung TV, and man, the way he did it was it made those games look so much better than what I had set up. So shout out to him. Shout out to him. So, but what was approved by AOC? So, Top Dog, I got a better idea. You can donate the $45 and I will get Star Citizen tonight, even though my joystick's a piece of shit. So I'll make you a deal, you know. So don't get it for a 1080p display. It's too big. All right, that's a legitimate point, Fatal. That's legit, you know. But what about the 144 hertz, though? So what about that? You got John Wick 3 ticket for Wednesday. I saw John Wick 3. It had AOC written on it. I thought it was something else. All right, cool. So I'm not playing MLK or MK11 yet on PC. But yeah, now John Wick was actually not bad. If you like the first two, you'll like this. I'm not gonna give nothing away. So it's just enjoy. So well, yeah, I'm not against getting Star Citizen. I'm against paying for it right now. I need a new joystick. So AOC is my girl. Okay, she's got a boyfriend, doesn't she? So AOC's got a boyfriend. So I assume you're her boyfriend in Console of Small Ears. So, but yeah, guys, listen, you don't want to see Godzilla movie based on the last one. Godzilla is thick. See, okay, that's cool. So yeah, do you know what? Do you know that the PS4 holder? Yeah, it does. Yeah. Yeah. You're right. That one I'm getting supports PS4, I believe. So, which is fine. You know, which is fine. You know, so that's good. So, AOC sleeps on a mattress on the floor. Oh my God. So, you'll donate. You'll donate $40 to never stream Mass Effect again. All right, Andrew, I'll take you up on that. So I'll give you my PayPal account. And if the $40 is in there by 8 o'clock, I won't stream no more Mass Effect. You have a deal. So here it is. Here's my PayPal account. Hey, I can be bought off. That's just the way. That's the American way, isn't it? Let's see what this is again. Oh man. All right, so I'm waiting on the donation. If not, you're gonna get a Mass Effect 2 stream tonight at 8 o'clock. That's if I can set it up correctly on my OBS. So, you know, did I look at the Track I R5 link yet? No, I didn't see that. So, you know. So yeah, Godzilla doesn't need the run. So yeah, I'm gonna go see Godzilla. That's 2 weeks. Well, that's 2.5. That's 3 weeks from now. So I'm excited about that. So no, I didn't see the link you put in there about it. So okay, Andrew. Well, tomorrow is fine. You got the PayPal link. So so go ahead and leave it in there. And that's fine. Yeah, I'll come home and I'll check PayPal. And if it's there, I will declare I won't do any Mass Effect streams, which is cool. So yeah, Godzilla's King of Monsters. Go up in the chat, okay. No, I don't see it. No, I see a Thrustmaster one. That's it. Let's put it back in there again, and I'll check it out. Free download link for in chat already. Well, you said to check it for viruses, so I have to do that first. You're gonna play Elite Dangerous after stream traveling to the Crab Nebula. Damn. Are you doing that on PC or are you doing that on PlayStation? I'm just asking now. So just asking. So, oh, if you're not a mod, then you can't drop a link. So that's the problem. If you're not a mod, then you can't. I won't see the link at all. So, but Track IR, man, that looked pretty neat. But I got to get my plane off the ground. Let me do that first. So you suck at PS4 version controls. Oh, you play on PC? Yeah. See, I haven't bought that on PC yet. So, and I don't. How much is it on it? So. So let's see, jack of all controls. It says, oops, that page can't be found. That's what it says. So, but yeah, all right, I'm gonna get on off here, guys. I do appreciate it. Yeah, Google Track IR5. Yeah, I will. I have to look more into it, but I got to get my plane off the ground. So I need to do that first. So if I see Godzilla with tiny legs and you a boycott, I didn't think it had tiny legs in the last movie, but it's fighting a whole bunch of stuff in this one. We have to definitely wait and see. So, but all right, guys, I'm gonna jump on off here. I appreciate you being here. Thanks for the likes and dislikes and all that stuff. And Andrew, thanks for the donation. I appreciate it. So I'm gonna jump on off here real fast and just God, I need to go ahead and just kind of rest and get caught up on the NBA, see what's happening. So, all right, then, guys, I appreciate you being here. Have a great Mother's Day. Hopefully, your mom's had a great day. Peace out.